This episode is powered by Poddex.
And then every time somebody walks by an airlock, we go, "Get off my plane!" We're going to be those people.
Like, if we had, like, I sincerely hope that we have some sort of gravity system, because if it's zero G, I'm going to be kicking people all the time. This is Sparta!
Welcome to P3. 5 picks to create the perfect package. It's time for the Perfect Package Podcast. Here are your hosts, Chad and Dave.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and the rest of you. This is P3, the Perfect Package Podcast. It's time for another Perfect Package. I'm Chad.
And as always, it's your boy, Dave.
Hey now. I've been listening to way too much Howard Stern lately.
Oh, yeah? What?
I just kind of fell down that rabbit hole again. But yeah, it's just, hey now.
Oh, man. I watched Stern as a kid. And it was like, I don't know, it was weird because simultaneously I knew I was getting away with something, and maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I didn't listen to enough Stern to truly understand, but for as dirty as the Stern show could be, it also felt kind of wholesome at times.
I agree.
It was like, he was, I don't know. I just get that from the whole setup. It was like, yeah, there were some things going on that were wholly inappropriate for a child to be listening to. But at the same time, I feel like everybody on that show was kind of progressive, and it was weird. I really enjoyed the show. I really enjoy Howard Stern.
I'll tell you what, he is a great interviewer.
Oh, there's that.
Oh my God,
Like,
he's such a good interviewer because he asks good questions, and he asks tough questions, and then we'll sprinkle in just absurd shit like, so does your wife check your prostate for you? Yeah. If I was married to her, she'd check my prostate every day.
Absolutely.
But on the, it's like I heard him do semi recently. He interviewed Paul McCartney and just asked some great questions about the relationship between, him and John Lennon and with Ringo. He went through all the relationships there. He talked about his upbringing and coming to America and being there. And then just right sprinkled in the middle of it is like, so is your wife taking care of you sexually during the quarantine? It's just like, are you getting all your needs met? Yeah.
Wow.
Do you wear a mask when you go out in public? It's just
Yeah, it's just like non sequiturs in the middle of what you would normally hear in an interview, and he just keeps it rolling. Like, yeah, no, of course I would ask that question.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking amazing. But yeah,
no, he's good to listen to. I like Stern.
Yeah. So here we are. You ready for this? It's been a while since we checked in with this particular bit here. This is episode 40.
Yo,
this is 40.
This is us.
9 months.
Yeah, man.
Roughly the gestation period of a baby.
This is the baby.
I mean, holy shit, man. That's a long fucking time. It doesn't seem like it. That's what's crazy, I think.
What's crazy to me is we started doing this after knowing each other for approximately 3 months.
Maybe, yeah.
Like maybe 3 months of somewhat infrequent interaction.
Yeah.
It was like right leading up to, like, when we were planning it out and getting ready to start, there was more. But prior to that, it was just kind of like, oh, yeah, I interviewed with that guy. And also he works in the Cube Farm fairly close to me and on my team. He seems pretty cool. Yeah. And then it was like, all right, we about to share some real talk for a minute.
We're gonna get deep here now. It was, yeah. I never would have known that it was going to come here.
No,
to this.
No, this has been interesting. It's been a run. It's been a very interesting run so far, and I'm pumped to see where it goes. This is
it's just, I look forward to it. There are nights where I don't look forward to it.
Yeah, it can be rough. You know what I mean?
It's like today,
I'm fucking tired.
I don't know how many times I picked up my phone to text you and say, let's bail on tonight. But I had a headache. Oh my God, I had a headache all day, but I came home and Mr. Jameson got rid of it for me. So I'm feeling better.
Ever helpful.
Yeah. And I did something crazy that kind of segues into tonight's episode. Not crazy, but I booked a cruise today.
You booked a cruise?
Yeah. Now,
right now?
No, it's cool. It's cool. Now, I booked a cruise for next year, like late next year, like winter time next year. Going to a warmer weather but it kind of segues in, My wife bought a car. I bought a cruise. So and I'm going by myself. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I'm going with Dave. He didn't know yet. So surprise, we're going on a cruise, me and you.
Hell no, we're not. Look here. It depends. Okay, hold on. Now, I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the type of cruise that goes along with our topic for this evening, then hell yeah, I'm in. If it's the type of cruise, the standard cruise on the water, you can count me right the fuck on out. Not getting on one of those death traps.
Drinks are free.
Okay, wait, hold on.
All of the drinks.
All of them, the entire time?
The entire time.
Now, is this one of those bullshit scenarios where they're like, the drinks are free and also you're limited to 3?
No. No. See, I went on a cruise. We got the unlimited drink package.
Mm-hmm.
Day one, Emily was not a fan of being on this big metallic death trap, as you so eloquently put it. I think the first 2 days she had a pretty rough start. But then she got into the umbrella drinks and she was having a good time. She'd have a couple by the pool. She'd have a couple with dinner. And she'd go to bed. She'd drink her coffee in the morning and rinse and repeat. I, however, caused the cruise line to lose money. And it was very recently because it came up on my little memories on the Facebook that said, about 2 years ago, 2 years ago this week, my drunk ass in water shoes, that's what stands out in everybody's picture, is on the poolside stage with the band singing Metallica.
Good gracious. See, that's what I don't want.
No, there was a martini bar there. And I went and they sat down, they put the menu in front of me and they went off, helped a couple people and they came back and they said, have you decided what you want? And I said, yes. And I pointed to the top left corner and I said, I would like this. And I would like to finish with this and pointed in the bottom right corner. And I sat there all night and drank the entire menu. I sampled the entire menu from the martini bar and felt fine because
Did you?
As you know, if you go hard, you have to pace yourself, number one, and you have to keep it steady all day, every day.
Okay, true. You can in fact do that. If you're prepared for the marathon, you'll be fine. You will be okay. You can keep a steady drunk going.
And if you are not prepared for the marathon, your legs will cramp. Other things will cramp and you will probably pass out or throw up.
Yeah.
Binge drinking is a marathon.
Here's the thing. If you think you're prepared, but you have the mindset that is too into it, right? You're prepared, but you're too into it. You might end up like those guys running marathons who like in the last mile are shitting themselves. You don't want to be that guy.
No.
Take a break. Take a break. Nobody is going to think less of you for stopping for a shit break in your marathon. All right. I think less of you when you got shit trailing down your legs. You're trying to pretend like it's not happening. You looking at everyone else trying to interact like this shit's not happening. Nah, dog. We all see it. It's gross. Take a break. Take a shit. Finish your race. Unless you're going to win money, in which case, shit yourself. Like, I'm sorry, shit yourself. If you got thousands of dollars on the line and it's like, oh, okay, do I shit myself and get this money or take a break and lose this cash? You take the cash in front of you. We're in the middle of a fucking pandemic right now, y'all. Money is not guaranteed to everybody. Get your cash.
So this week, I don't know why you find that so funny.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
So this week, we are kicking off our first series.
Woo. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. For the next 5 episodes, we're going to tell a story.
A story of pics.
Yes. Now, we're still going to bury the lead a little bit. But you'll see. For the next 5 weeks, we're going to take you on a journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that journey is to space.
Ooh, yeah.
So I am like all in on space again. When I was a kid, I was like, fuck yeah, space, you know? And then it went away for quite a while. And then it got like everyday occurrence and it was like, man. But then this whole SpaceX thing went off and they're talking about tourism in space.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I am on the same page. As a kid, space was the shit. Like, I think it's just mind blowing for children who can't even conceptualize another state over most of the time. Then to go, yeah. So it takes us that long to get to, the inner harbor in DC. Think about how long it would take to get to, I don't know, another galaxy. And your brain just goes, okay. And it falls apart. I think it's just space for kids it's the impossible reality. You're just like, that shit's not real. And they're like, it is. And then your imagination goes absolutely nuts. Super fun.
Yeah. So sandwiched between all of these, this 5-week run that we're getting ready to start, on June 2nd, we will be recording episode 2 of the series live outside at Miss Pillion River Brewing in scenic Milford, Delaware. And on July 16th, we'll be doing the same with the 4th installment of the series. So, again, July 2nd, July 16th, they're Thursday nights. We'll start at 7 p.m. That's Eastern time. And internet signal permitting, we'll also live stream it on the Facebook and the YouTube. So no excuse for not joining in on the party. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So we're kicking off our journey to space tonight, where all trips start. And that is packing.
The worst part.
The worst part. Arguably the worst part. So we need to get ready for this journey into space that we are taking you all on. And now we've packed a bunch of shit already, but we don't talk about what we packed already. You'll find out about that as the days and weeks roll on here. But because of that, we're a little limited on space. Not the space, but
that's infinite.
Yeah. Now it's maybe we're not running out of space.
Running out of space on the ship.
Yes. We are only allowed to take 10 things. And to be fair, we've decided that we will each pick 5 things.
Chad had at first said, in the spirit of advancing black people and minorities, you can take 6. And I said, no. Equality, sir. Equality. We will both take 5 things. And, I appreciate you as an ally, but I won't take advantage of your kindness.
And then he said that I was too woke.
I was like, hey, calm down. This shit's too woke. That's why we got people out here complaining. No, I don't want more than you. Let's just do the same. Just chill, man. Damn.
Settle down, Bubba. Oh,
Lordy.
Okay,
So
5. And I guess we will pack 2 of each of these things so we each have one.
Yeah, probably good. When I go for my last minute packing, I am thinking about the other people in my, in my entourage, my group. So if there's something I'm like, I need this, I don't think anybody else thought of it. I'm like, all right, let me pack one for them too. If I can.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1 for each. So this is still a collaborative effort, trying to make sure we have a perfect trip. So make sure we bring the perfect items in our luggage.
So now I've known you for coming up on a year now. 1 year.
1 year.
And
yesterday was 1 year for me. Exactly.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So 9 months of doing this show, I've learned a lot of things about you. And I'm sorry if we've talked about this before, but I kind of need to know going into this. Have you ever been to space before?
Well, that depends on whether or not you consider. Holy shit. Whether or not you consider being juiced up at the dentist as going to space. I've definitely traveled mentally to different places prior to certain dental surgeries and other surgeries. The introduction of modifying substances to the brain can make you feel like you're traveling through space. I think that's probably the closest I've ever been. So there is that. But I'll turn that question around. What about you? Have you ever been to space?
No, not once. Never, not once.
Okay. Well,
but I figured we'd just get that out there. I didn't know if you had an advantage going into this. I really don't know what to pack to go to space.
I would imagine that packing for space is probably like packing for a foreign country that you've never been to, and might be a little bit wild. I feel like it'd be like packing for the jungle. You got to be prepared for situations that aren't civilized.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, that makes sense.
You don't have access to just stuff. You get in trouble in London. You got some things around that you're used to having to deal with your problems. You get in trouble in the Amazon. What the fuck are you going to do?
That's true.
So that's where I thought, that's where my direction went when I was considering what to pack was, all right, how do I make sure everything's on the up and up in a place without easy recourse for fixing stuff.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I might have taken a little bit different approach.
We'll see.
Probably. So I think, because of all the things that have been going on in the world, I think that you should go first, or at least determine what order we go in.
Let's do this. Speaking of stars, that would take too much work. I was going to say we should figure out which of our birth sign constellations is closer, or which has a star that's closer, but that's going to take a lot. That's annoying. All right, let's talk this out. Our birth signs, if they got into a fight, which one would win?
I don't know what yours is.
Pisces.
Oh,
Fish.
I win.
What you got?
Aries, a ram.
Oh, okay. Fish versus ram, I guess. I could
But how
argue.
many fish would it
That's what I'm
take?
saying.
To
It really depends on our environment here. You get a ram in the water, I don't think it's going to take out very many fish. You get a fish out of water, and of course, it's not doing very well either. So I think this really comes down to where this battle takes place. But on an even playing field where they are able to move at their maximum, I'm going to give it to the ram because I don't think that these are like sharks. Although I would, under other circumstances, I might make the argument that sharks count as fish. They are fish. But I think a ram versus fish, I'm just going to give it to the ram. So you get to go first.
Okay.
I'm interested to see how this goes.
All right. So I thought of comfort items.
Okay.
Thought of practical items.
Mm-hmm.
I did think of a few survival items.
Mm-hmm.
But because we're going into space, we know that much. And it's going to be a journey. And I'm not quite sure what it's like there because I've never been. So I think the first thing I'm going to pack for us, and it's kind of obvious and low hanging fruit, but I think we each need to pack a warm coat, a light jacket. Might get cold. You never know.
It might get cold, the man says.
It might.
I am truly stumped. Okay, yeah, it might get cold. There's a high likelihood, there's a high chance that it will be cold places in space. So a light jacket, not a terrible idea.
No, you just need a light jacket just in case it gets a little, even on the spaceship, maybe it's going to maybe they got the air turned up too much or, who knows? I never been on a spaceship. I don't damn know. I'm bringing a coat. I'm bringing a nice jacket.
Can it at least be uniform, like sweet bomber jackets?
Sure.
That everybody gets.
Okay.
So we both get a sweet. Because look, I don't wear windbreakers.
No,
I just don't. They swish.
Okay. You wanna make it a little more, easy and fun. How about a hoodie?
Mm-hmm. I'm in.
You down with a hoodie? Okay.
I'm down with a nice, comfortable hoodie. Good. Everybody needs one of those.
There you go.
Heck yeah.
There you go. So
All
I'm
right,
starting
I'm
off our packing list with a comfy hoodie.
All right. Well, I then am going to go with my comfort item also, since that's where you started off. And I'm going to go with the very simple, very easy to understand why I'm taking this. I'm going with 3-ply toilet paper.
Okay.
Big old rack of it, right? Because, again, I don't know what's going to happen in space, right? I don't know. I do know that whether I'm on Earth or on a spaceship or somewhere else, I'm going to have to take shits. And if I were to trust either a company or the government, whoever's running this trip, to provide me with toilet paper, I just don't trust either of them to provide me with toilet paper that's not going to rub my asshole raw after several applications.
And you don't want it too thin.
No.
Because if that toilet paper's too thin, you find out a lot about yourself real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's too thin, you're either going to like it or you won't, is all I'm going to say.
You'll find out very quickly. You might learn something about yourself. So,
indeed.
3-ply toilet paper. It's just going to be helpful for that.
I appreciate you bringing this.
Look, man, I showed up and you tossed me a sweet, comfy hoodie, and I tossed back a 36-pack of Charmin Ultra. There you go, bud.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man. Awesome. All right. For my second contribution to our packing list, all right. This one plays very well into yours.
All right.
And if you've ever had this, you will know why.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but on long trips, I need snacks.
I'm Nit. I hear you.
I don't know how space and atmosphere affect food. You know, perishable items. I don't know how that's going to work. So I need something that's going to survive questionable circumstances because that's what it's made to do. And I'm going to pack us a box of MREs.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the military rations that come with the little heating pouches to heat up, and sometimes you might get like a slab o' ham and stuff. But because it has a dessert, it has a drink, and it has an entree, and it has candy in it usually, and gum, and some, one ply. But the nice thing about this, where it complements your 3-ply, is after you eat a few MREs, you don't need the 3-ply. Because you're not going to shit for months.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now,
a few years ago.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, are those designed to be like, do you not shit because they're supposed to be super efficient in terms of the caloric intake? So like your energy's being expended. There's not a whole lot left over after that for you to shit out. Or is it just, these are not good for your insides?
I'm going to lean towards the second.
Okay.
I'll tell you what though, because I usually will pick up some whenever I can find them. You can get them on Amazon, but they're not like the OG ones. You know what though? We work with somebody that might have access to some like legit ones. I'm just saying. But anyway,
fair enough.
That's
true.
We need to talk to somebody. But no. Next time I get some though, we're gonna have an MRE party, and we're gonna bust open an MRE. But what's funny is like nowadays they're getting better and better, because now they've got gourmet chefs doing them. But like I got one that was like something with tuna. And I opened it up, and it was a pack of the like sun-kissed like pouch of tuna, just thrown in there because that shit lasts forever too. So
fair enough.
But yeah, and they've got little tricks and stuff to it though. Like sometimes you get a pack of M&Ms in there and stuff like that, but there's the little gum that comes, it's not labeled in any way. It's just in a little like blister pack. It's 2 pieces of gum, but I think the gum has something in it that makes you need to use the 3-ply.
Oh shit.
But people kind of stockpile the gum for when that time comes.
Oh my God.
There is like a whole science to how you eat them and how you prepare them. Back in the day, because now they have the ones where you just dump water in and it heats up based on the water activating the little heating thing. Back in the day, it came with a little brick that was like a fire starter, and it came with matches, and you'd light the fire starter and then kind of put a canteen can on top of it and try and heat up your water that way, which did not work. But the secret is every once in a while you'd get one that had peanut butter in it, and the peanut butter was super oily, and you would trade up to get peanut butter so you could put your fire starter on the peanut butter and it would burn longer because of the oil in the peanut butter. The whole science behind it.
God. That is intense.
That's what I learned in the military, is how to cook shitty food. But no, it's we'll have to have a little party with MREs one of these days, and They do that. But yeah, I'm bringing us food and I'm bringing us MREs.
All right. Okay. So my next two, require an answer to a question, which is
9 inches.
Okay. Reasonable. Impressive. Is it just us or are there others coming along?
I'm guessing there's others. That's why we can only bring 10 things each, or 10 things. So
here's my thing. And it kind of goes along with what you presented, the MREs, and just the idea of being prepared for if things don't go right. And MREs, they'll last if you're in some shit. You still got a meal. And so I'm planning for if things don't go right. And there's lots of different ways that things could go wrong in the confines of some sort of vessel out in empty space. So we're each getting a handgun.
Okay.
Now listen, I know there'll be plenty of people who are listening like you can't fire off a handgun in a spaceship. And I say, hell yes, I can. And the threat of doing so is going to be enough to keep people in line, right? Like, it's not even, you don't even have to point it at someone. You can just point it. You can just have it out. And people are like, whoa, man, you're going to depressurize this bitch. And I'm like, exactly. Calm down. Stop freaking out about being in space. Stop freaking out thinking somebody's turning into aliens or something. Stop losing your goddamn mind and pull it together or I'm taking all of us out, depressurizing this bitch. I'm just going to shoot in random directions and then there'll be a hole in something.
And that's terrifying because in space, no one hears you scream.
Mm-hmm.
Tagline for Alien.
Like, we'll die slowly because you couldn't keep your shit together and I was forced to do this. Now sit down. And you have to have one just in case I lose my shit.
So it's like some kind of suicide pact here.
You can't just have one person on the spaceship with a gun. That's how problems happen. Because then you all got to like band together.
You know how else problems happen? Giving me a fucking gun.
It's fine because I have one. So if you freak out,
okay,
again, it's a series of checks and balances in which both of the checks and balances are a little unhinged. It's fine.
Okay. Can I just once say I am the captain now? Look at me. I am the captain all
the time is how often it's going to be said.
Every time somebody looks at you sideways with a gun and go, I am the captain now.
Exactly. Like it's going to be to the point where people don't even consider the guns dangerous as they realize we just want to pull it out and go, look at me. I am the captain now. And they're like, it was funny the 50th time you did it. It's certainly funny the 150th time you did it.
And then every time somebody walks by an airlock, we go, get off my plane. We're going to be those people.
Like if we had, I sincerely hope that we have some sort of gravity system. Because if it's 0G, I'm going to be kicking people all the time. This is Sparta.
We'll be doing it to each other. It's like
it did.
Do it again. Do it again.
Do it again. Just banging into shit.
Going from one end of the cabin to the other, doing the Superman pose.
Oh my God. I would float up to the ceiling and then I would push myself down just so I could do the superhero landing. And I would make the noises myself. That would be the thing that I think pissed people off the most is we would be making the dumbass noises with our mouths. It's like, and they'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my God. Yeah. 100%. That's what's happening.
Oh man. So yeah, a gun.
All right. Yeah. I like
Two
it.
guns. One for each of y'all.
Nice. Throwbacks. Mine is, I guess when we get bored with all of our movie impressions we do and twirling our gun, because we're going to be twirling that gun like,
Oh my God. 0G gun twirling? Fucking kidding me?
just bouncing it on your nose like a seal with a ball.
Fucking idiots. Oh.
It seems like it's a long time to get places in space is what I'm thinking. So that's going to get boring eventually.
Okay.
And we just need to something to just calm down a little bit, sharpen our minds, and be ready for, just kind of some downtime, reset, get the brain working again. And I think we need to bring some crossword puzzles.
Oh, okay.
Just something to stimulate your mind, nothing too in depth. I'm not getting like the whole variety pack book that has like all the problem solving shit. I just want a crossword puzzle that I can, preferably an easy one, so I can just mindlessly go through it. And where you're on your sixth one in an hour and you realize that 75% of them are just the same question reworded. Like they all are.
How many ways can you ask me a question where the answer is Albuquerque?
Exactly.
Yeah, crosswords. I'm down with crosswords are fun.
I have 2 crossword apps on my phone. That's a good mindless thing falling asleep to.
It make you feel smart when you like really just start tearing into one and you're like, I fucking know everything. I should be on one of those quiz shows.
Yeah. It's like, look at this shit, Papa, that was the second coming of Jesus. Roach, duh.
Roach. Got it. Who doesn't know that?
Duh. Person who represents everything good in America. Helen Hunt. Duh.
Everything good and beautiful and right. Helen Hunt. Oh.
Can I just tell you how fucking impressed I was with you on last week's show? Holy shit. Now, and editing that is because I had to listen to the whole episode like 4 times, getting it edited down. And I learned something valuable about you and I during that. Is you are so quick with those things. And I can do those things too. But my strength is if you give me a random list of things, I can make them work. But I can't come up with that list, like just ding, 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 ding. You spit out the list and give it to me. I'll make it make sense. But I can't come up with that list. Cause that was always my thing. Is like, I could do like the storytelling thing where it's like, ooh, tell me a story about this pen. And it's like, oh, that pen? That pen I bought in Oakland. I bought that pen in Oakland at a store that sold paper. It's like I have to look around and see the things. But if you make a story about these 5 things, I'm like, I'll just shit that right out. And I can make that shit work.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I've never bought anything from IKEA. I think I'd be okay putting it together, where it's like just pictures. But what I'm really good at building stuff, if you give me, these are the materials you have to use, I want you to make a bookshelf. And I'll be like, okay, I can make this shit into a bookshelf. But you can't say, here's a bunch of things, make something. Because I'll go, I'll be like, what should I make? I don't know what to make. Or find the things to make a bookshelf. And I'll be like, what's a bookshelf? I don't read books.
Can I use a bookshelf to make a bookshelf?
It's weird though. It's a weird thing I have where it's like, if you give me a list, I can make it make sense. But if you want me to make up the list rapid fire with a professional improver and a former teacher, I'm going to sit there and put my thumb up my ass and just go, oh, you guys are funny. Blue. Anyway.
This episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience and have more meaningful conversations, you're going to want to check out Poddex. Now, if you want to get 10% off your order right now, you can go to poddex.com and type in coupon code. What's the code?
It's P3 Show.
Yes, that's the code. Check out poddex.com. Take your podcast to the next level.
It is time for your third pick.
Okay. My third pick is also for protection. I'm very concerned about the goings on this ship, on this trip.
Political and otherwise.
Absolutely. We don't know all of the other people who are going to be going. They could be crazy, in which case I need a gun, or they could be sexy, in which case I need this other kind of protection. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing a box of Doms, Jimmy hats, rubbers, because we're going to be in space. And just in the same way that I want a Superman pose across the room, I want to do some 0G fucking.
Do you remember the line from, was it Clerks 2? When Jay and Silent Bob are out there and Jay said, I want to do something with my life. I don't want to sell dope forever. He goes, I want to be an astronaut. And and I want to go to Mars, and I want to fuck a Martian. And then someday people will watch me walking down the street and say, that dude fucked a Martian. That's what it reminds me of. But anyway.
But yeah, I mean, just think about it. You got 0G.
Mm-hmm.
You got the vastness of space, right? I don't know what this ship is like, but I assume at some point there's some place to look out, right? You got to be able to see out. What better lines do you have than looking out at the stars without the night? This isn't the night sky. This just is, right? We're not you got pickup lines for days. You got so many pickup lines, and it's just like, all right, we got what is potentially a ship full of people. Maybe I know all of them. Maybe I don't. Maybe I meet somebody, right? And then we're out in space, and it's just like, you ever had sex out in space? No. Have you? No. You know who else hasn't? The billions of people back on Earth. Let's not be like those losers. I'm coming back. If I come back home, I'm gonna be like, yo, I got some experiences that y'all ain't never ever experienced, and you never will. Suck it. So yeah, I'm bringing a box of Doms just in case, because again, I'm not trying to have space babies. I don't know the science behind it, but I think it would be detrimental to that baby.
I don't know.
I just think it would. They'd be space crazy. Who knows?
Space madness.
I mean, what happens to a baby that's born out? And also, what country does that baby belong to? What kind of citizenship do they have?
Ooh.
There's just all kinds of considerations. We don't need a space baby, so
yeah, no
protection.
Space babies.
No space babies.
All right. One thing that we are good at, the two of us,
yep,
is the setup. I want to help you help yourself.
Okay.
I want you to be able to use your protection.
Okay. All right.
So my fourth pick is alcohol.
Yes. Yes.
Why the hell are we going to go to space and not bring booze?
That was my not next pick, but it was my last pick. But I'm okay with it going right now because I agree.
Yeah.
We need booze.
Booze.
We need booze. And a variety of. Now, here's the problem, though. We're only allowed to bring 10 things, right? Now, as evidenced by my ability to bring a 36 pack of toilet paper, I feel like our things don't have to be super small. So it's not like we're bringing a single bottle of booze here.
No.
So what, for efficiency's sake, are we bringing? Are you bringing selection, variety, or you got just like a pallet of something?
Pallet of Boone's Farm. No.
What? No. Listen, you got a pallet of Boone's Farm. I don't think I should bring the guns.
I want a modest selection.
Okay. I agree.
Nothing crazy. Maybe like a TGA Fridays.
Okay. I see where you're going.
Yeah.
I see where you're going. Those sorts of selections. Yeah. You're going to get something for everybody.
Just the back wall, just the whole back wall and anything connected to it.
All right. I think this is important because
I don't know what's on this ship.
I don't either.
I want to be packed and ready to go.
Listen.
And when I go, I'm going to go.
What if I meet a lady
ply
who likes Moscato?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we got that. That's on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Can I get a red wine? Oh, I don't know why, but here you go. We got that.
Mm-hmm. We got it.
You got white wine? Yeah. For whatever reason, but here it is. Can I get a glass? Take the whole bottle. Nobody else is going to drink it.
Yeah. This shit's been here for a real long time.
That's not aged because there's dust on it. It's got dust on it because nobody's touched it. But no. And then we'll have all of our favorites. Modest selection of. So I'm thinking, okay, so alcohol is the pick, but I'm thinking realistically, it's a well-appointed briefcase.
Okay.
I'm thinking, yeah, it's and I want it to be cool. I want it to be one of those metal briefcases. Mm-hmm. A little heft to it. And maybe I'll even handcuff it to my wrist. Because it's important.
you got that handcuff to your wrist, and on the opposite side is your gun. Because if somebody goes space mad and tries to jack you of your liquor, you might have to put him down.
I will. After I hit him with my briefcase.
That's the first line. That's the first line. Hit him with the briefcase because it's
choke him out with the chain on the handcuff. I could choke him out.
Subdue first. Subdue first. We don't have to put the whole ship in danger just because this one person went space mad, tried to steal your liquor.
That's right.
We just bash him with it.
Bash him, choke him, then shoot him. After they're unconscious and floating around because then they'd still float around. Then there'd be blood floating around. Yeah, maybe we won't shoot him.
Shoot him in the airlock.
And flush
and then vent him out of space. Yeah.
And then say, get off my ship.
Hey. Something that's going to help me out when I'm in like my feelings. Cause I don't think we have enough. Like we got a decent stockpile, but we don't have enough that I can stay marathon in this entire trip. That would require massive amounts of alcohol. So there will be downtimes, and there will be coming down times when I'm pretty tipsy or drunk, and I got nothing to do, or they won't let me into the fun parts of the ship. So I think what I'm going to do in that moment is I'm going to record my thoughts. Because I'm a talker. When I'm drunk, I'm a talker. I get real chatty. And I come up with some of my most ridiculous, but also my most ingenious ideas. So I'm going to go with a mini cassette recorder so that I can record myself.
The mini tape recorder is going to be fun. It's going to be fun for me because when you have some downtime you are going to fall asleep and you're going to wake up, and in the seat in front of you, directly when you open your eyes, the first thing you see is going to be this mini tape recorder velcroed to the seat with a Post-it note on it that says "Play me."
Oh my God.
And when you hit play, it's going to be me going, "Hello, David. I want to play a game." And they're like, "I got it already with the Saw references. Go play with your own recorder."
See, no.
Every time somebody falls asleep, they get a tape recorder in front of their face that says "Play me."
Yeah, that's the thing. Under normal circumstances, I might be like, oh God, why? But we're on this trip and there's going to be limited things to do. So I'm totally in to just, again, be as obnoxious as possible. One, they got to deal with us Supermaning around and Sparta kicking each other across and pointing our guns wildly in the air and claiming that we're the captain. They're also going to have to deal with every time they wake up or every time they go to do some work, just there's another tape recorder. I don't know. I want them to question how many we have. Like, again, how many mini tape recorders can you fit in a box the size of Charmin Ultra 36 pack? That's a lot of mini tape recorders. We're going to have them for a while and we can use a ton of them. And if we get low, we can just start using the tapes, just taping the tapes. Like, we know you haven't given back the last 15, so I know you've got one. Play this tape.
Oh my God, that would be so much fun. God, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
I'm also assuming for some reason that this ship has a PA system that can also play these mini tapes.
Oh, yes.
we just pull like middle school prank style, sneaking into the cockpit to put in the tape, and you're just sitting there playing it, and I'm standing outside the door like, hurry up. It's like looking out. Come on, I think I heard somebody coming. Oh boy.
God damn, that's fun.
So yeah, mini cassette tape player recorder.
My final pick is also I'm gonna end where I started somewhat. And that's comfort.
Okay.
Because when you are going somewhere you have never been before, comfort is key. So in addition to all of the picks I've made up to this point, I'm going to make sure that we have a comfortable pair of shoes.
Ooh.
You get to pick. I recently purchased a very comfy pair of shoes that I've been yelled at for quite a few times since I've purchased them because I forget to take them off because they are that comfortable. And I'm traipsing around the house. Get your fucking shoes off the carpet. It's just, but they're so comfy. But they stretched out real quick.
Oh.
So I find my foot sliding in them. And I'm predicting in the near future, within the next 2 to 3 months, I am going to roll my ankle ridiculously bad with these shoes. But I do love them. They're very comfy.
If I get my pick, then I'm going with Uggs moccasins.
Okay.
Have you ever? Okay, so one, I used to work in shoe stores. I worked in multiple shoe departments.
Did know.
And I would always be confused when the holiday season came around and Uggs would just be flying off shelves. And I'm like, these shits are dumb. They're dumb. And then we got the men's Uggs in, and I was like, pfft, until I slipped one of my feetsies into one of those Sherpa-lined moccasins, and it was like walking on air. It was stupid comfortable. I was mad at myself, and I was mad at other people I was mad at myself for not realizing these shits had to be comfortable, and I was mad at other people for not fully convincing me that these are the most comfortable shits you could ever put on your feet. So that's what I would go with.
Like I said, if you don't know where you're going, always bring comfortable shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what you're up against. You need comfy shoes. And Emily, God bless you, but bring appropriate shoes too, because we went to Universal Studios in Hollywood, and it involved a lot of walking. And she thought it was a good idea to wear flip-flops to an amusement park.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Now,
no.
And we made it most of the day, but we did have to trim the last probably 2 hours off of the day because she was bleeding everywhere.
God.
But
that just sounds the worst.
Yeah, it was the worst. But it's okay. I'd been there 1,000 times, and she had never been there, so she's the only one that missed out on it.
Okay.
But anyway, it is time for your fifth and final pick.
Okay, so this one's a tough one because between the two of us, we've covered a lot of the things that are really necessary that wouldn't go into your standard packing. And so I'm out here and I'm like, well, what's going to really make this whole thing pop? Right? What's going to take it to the next level and make sure that everybody is really just like having a good trip and everybody's in a good headspace so that we don't have to pull out the guns as often. But we will, but for fun times, not for cracking down on the space madness. And I realized there's only one thing that can simultaneously, like there's going to be a need to get aggression out, right? Like you need it. So I figure if we can get our aggression out in a way that everybody's used to, then it won't evolve into like space madness. So I thought, what is the one thing that's guaranteed to make everybody angry in a way that can be diffused pretty simply? And the answer was clear. I'm bringing Monopoly. Okay. We're going to play Monopoly when shit gets tense.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
And like, look, is it going to start fights? Yes, but that's the point. Controlled aggression, getting mad at somebody for buying up one property everywhere and then not trading or selling those properties, preventing any and all land development, is better than somebody going, I've seen your face too much, I'm going to eat it. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a better version of anger than true space madness. So I'm bringing Monopoly. You're required to play, and we're going to play with the real rules where you don't put luxury taxes and shit on free parking. You put it in the bank so that money is drained from the economy and the game ends. So there's that also.
Till it gets to the point where everyone loses.
Yeah, basically. That's what that game's about, right?
Basically. It's about everyone losing and destroying friendships. That's what Monopoly is.
Yeah.
And teaching life
Absolutely.
lessons to your children. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I have 2 hotels there. That means you have to give me all of your money, and then you lose and you can't play anymore.
Yeah. Go sit in the corner and watch the rest of us not losers finish the game. It's going to take another 6 hours. Should have thought about that when you were buying up Park Place. It was out of your price range at the time. Also, it will bring even more terror to people when they wake up and they hear that recording. Would you like to play a game? and then it's Monopoly.
And they get up and turn around and Monopoly set up. Just the greenhouses and the red hotels floating. The money, we're constantly making it rain because there's no way to hold the money down.
Yeah, the bank is just a space around you. Grab what you need.
Oh my God, it's like some shitty 90s TV show, like game show where we're just grabbing for the money.
Honestly, it'll keep everybody honest because the banker can't be slipping themselves 20s while nobody's looking. Because to do that, you got to just be like reaching up, and everybody's like, "Yo, we see you, Terrence. Put the money back."
Oh my God, that was fun. that was so fun, man. Let's recap real quick. So our packing list going into space on this. We've got 4 more episodes coming your way, but our packing list includes a hoodie, some 3-ply, some MREs, 2 handguns, 1 for each of you, crossword puzzles, some additional protection, alcohol, a whole lot of mini cassette recorders, comfortable shoes, and Monopoly.
I think this is going to be a good trip.
That's a damn good trip. And that sounds like we got into the alcohol before we started packing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I got a hoodie and I got some 3-ply. Throw those MREs in there. I'm going to bring a gun. You want a gun? Okay, good.
Yeah. Let me get one of those.
I need some jimmies. Okay.
I got you a box. Don't worry.
Thanks, man. I don't need them. I'm married.
You can have space babies. I'm telling you, man. Hook yourself up with these.
No, I don't do that either. I'm married, I said.
I'm sorry. I misinterpreted what you were saying. Okay.
Yeah. And then make sure you bring more alcohol. Okay. What do you want to do with this case of mini cassette recorders? Fuck it, bring them. You got comfortable shoes? You got good walking shoes? Yeah, you got to. We got space for one more thing. What do you want? Monopoly. I'm in. I'm fucking in. Close second would be Twister.
Twister would be good in space.
Clue would not be good.
Clue would not be. All of those little pieces would be gone. I was thinking Jenga, but the tower's never going to fall.
Nor is it ever going to stand.
No, it's just pieces. That's the game. Trying to get the Jenga's pieces to stay together is the game. Yeah, I would get down on that trip. Have a real good time. I think the thing that's most important is I don't know that people are going to put up with us. They're constantly going to be annoyed with us, except for those ladies I'm wooing.
And I'm serving drinks to them.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You know, within reason. That's not how I'm wooing them.
No.
That's not a part of the plan.
And I will put the gun away when I'm interacting with the ladies.
Yeah. When I'm talking to the ladies, the gun will be elsewhere. So we don't have to worry about that either. Don't make it weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give the gun to them.
There you
I'll hand over the gun. So here you go. You take this.
Say, look, I'm a classy gentleman. I gave them the gun.
It's not loaded. We don't have any ammunition.
We just brought guns. That's the kicker to the whole thing. I'm sorry, sir. You can't bring a gun on this vessel. I'm like, there's no bullets. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's really just a paperweight.
It's not even like one of those like guns that looks like a lighter. It's just a gun with no bullets. No bullets.
There's no live ammunition here. What do you think? I'm going to machine some bullets while I'm here? Get out of here. It's fine.
Oh my God. That just makes that pick even better now.
Oh man.
I'm going to bring 2 guns, 1 for each of you. No bullets.
No bullets. None. They don't have to know that. So when I'm flying off the handle, they're like, oh God.
Oh God, he's going to shoot up the place.
It's like, no.
I wonder why he hasn't shot anybody. Oh, there's no bullets.
Get our asses kicked halfway through when they find that out. Oh, boy.
All right, so that will do it for this week's episode. Remember to come back next week and hear part 2 of our saga. We're going to live stream it on the Facebook and the YouTube, so definitely come and check that out for part 2 live. You can hear that, and then it'll be on the main feed, and we'll get you the rest of them. 5 episodes total in this series, so get ready. Dave, would you like to impart any wisdom on us?
Yeah. So I mentioned it in passing earlier, but this is very important for all of you people who don't want to play Monopoly because it takes 18 years to finish. Maybe play by the rules. When money is paid for luxury taxes or those chance cards or whatever, it goes to the bank. It doesn't go to free parking because that means that you're playing a zero-sum game where the money stays and people keep collecting more from the bank, and somehow you have to find a way for one person to collect up all that money. It takes forever. If you put the money in the bank, then eventually somebody who was actually business savvy enough to use their money properly will win the game of Monopoly. You won't have to flip a table. Aunt Janice won't be drunk by the time you're finished. Uncle Tony won't have stepped out. Well, yes, she will. Let's be very fair. But you can finish a game without freaking the fuck out. So next time you play, just try it. Just try it. And if it doesn't work, you can go back to your stupid way of playing where the money just stays in circulation forever.
Have you ever played when the bank runs out of money?
Yeah, which is bullshit. It's not supposed to happen. The bank runs out of money. We're just making all this money, y'all. The bank doesn't have enough. What? So stupid.
That's it for this week. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and listening. Until next time, if there is a next time, we'll talk to you then.
Deuces, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Perfect Package Podcast.
Perfect Package Podcast.
Do you have an idea for a future topic? Shoot us a message via Twitter, Facebook, or even Instagram. We are P3 Show across all platforms, or visit our website at p3show.com. Remember to subscribe to the show and spread the love with a perfect 5-star review. Otherwise, we may start to think you're a hater. Thanks for listening, and tune in next time for a brand new episode of the Perfect Package Podcast.